Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another coffee time and another movie review. So today I'm here to talk to you about The Rental.
It's coffee time.
Unfortunately, the only cinema here in Cologne that runs original version movies, where I normally check all the English movies, is closed still. So whenever I go to the Netherlands, I just take the opportunity to hit the cinemas and watch a couple of movies while I'm there. So I was just there last weekend and I was able to finally see The Rental, which I had been hearing mixed reviews about. So this is officially considered a horror movie, and I'm saying this because it was kind of like a mix of genres, and we will get to it in a bit. But this is the director's debut from FUNKO, who is a well-known actor, and so I was intrigued to see what he did with this movie. And his wife is one of the main actresses in the film, which for me actually was my favorite one. It stars Dan Stevens, Alison Brie, Sheila Van, Jeremy Allen White, and Toby Huss. The film is basically a story that we all kind of know. It's nothing completely original, but it worked really well. So The Rental, it is basically the story of two couples, two brothers and their respective girlfriends, that decide they need a break from life and they want to take a, just a couple of days vacation. So they find this beautiful house with a hot tub and close to a cliff and the sea, and it just looks perfect. So they decide to spend a couple of days there, and when they get to the house, it looks amazing. But the guy that they rented it from, sends his brother to give them the keys, and this guy seems like a real prick, like a racist, and one of those characters that you are supposed to hate from the very beginning, and one of those characters that it is suspicious from minute. For me, one of the best things about this film was actually the acting. I think that the four main characters, the four people that go into this house, were pretty strong, especially the character played by Alison Brie was my favorite one. I think she's the one that made more sense. I don't know, I was really rooting for her. I really felt for her as well. So the film does take a long time to kind of introduce you to the characters, to make you kind of really get to know them, to make you love them, to make you hate them, and that is it can also be a problem because the film starts really slow pace. So until really something unsettling happens, we've already been through half of the movie. So it felt at the very beginning more kind of like a psychological thriller slash drama, and that is mostly what I would pitch this movie to be, because the horror, it's basically just the last around 20 minutes of the film. I just felt like, if you are giving us so much about the characters so that we would care for them, so that maybe, we would like be scared for them when they're put in danger, I would have expected more creepiness, more unsettling moments, more horror, because I think that they had such an amazing setting in that house, and they didn't utilize everything the way that they could have. I think that there were many, missed opportunities there. Like, I get what the director was kind of trying to portray, but not really. Like, it felt like at the end of the movie, I still don't know exactly the purpose of it. Like, I understand that it kind of portrayed these relationships between the two brothers and their girlfriends and their drama, but I didn't get like a kind of like a purpose for the film. So basically the first half of the movie is just pure drama. It's just the characters, their relationships, their problems within the relationships, jealousy, who has cheated on who, like all of these like typical drama that you would expect from families and couples and things like that. And basically what this movie is a movie in which some people rent a house and somebody's watching them. And that's supposed to be the unsettling part, the horror part of the movie. So you need to imagine this, as the typical concept of people that rent a house, rent a hotel room, an Airbnb, something like that, and there's either somebody watching them from inside the house, hiding somewhere between the walls, or with cameras, or through the windows. Like, it is a movie in which somebody's being stalked, somebody's being watched, and I just felt like all of the opportunities, everything they could have utilized in that house to make it like extra creepy and messed up and disturbing, they were just not utilized. So that for me was a big pity. I wish that they would have not put all the horror just for the last 20 minutes of the film, and that they would have spread the horror throughout the whole movie. And even though this movie truly is more about the characters' relationships, how they kind of react when they're being put into such an intense situation, how they change, how their true colors are showing up, things like that. There's a character that at the beginning I felt was going to be important, that is Taylor, the guy that gives him the keys, the guy that's supposed to be racist, and they kind of put some emphasis into that at the very beginning, and then it's like they forgot about, you know, the importance of that, and we don't really get to see much about the character anymore. And I felt that was also kind of like a pity that we didn't see more about him and his background. There are a couple of moments in the film that include humor, and there's a couple of scenes, like when they're making fun of Taylor, things like that, that you know that it's supposed to be funny, because I didn't consider those scenes funny. But there are other scenes that are meant to be serious, but I found myself laughing. So I wonder if they were done kind of comical on purpose or not. All in all, the movie was mainly in the first act just getting to know the characters, adding some drama. Also in the second part, a lot of drama. And the last 20 minutes of the film were the pure horror slasher moment, which was absolutely my favorite part of the film, because we get to see the more disturbing take that the story takes, and it turned a little bit into kind of like your typical 80s slasher movie. And that's what I liked about it. It had a lot more atmosphere, and it's a pity that it was so short, because it's the part that I enjoyed the most. And like I said, I just wish they would have used these kind of like huge house next to the cliffs to utilize the whole house, you know, because it just felt for me like this movie shouldn't be really pitched as horror just because of the last 20 minutes. I would say this is more a psychological thriller slash drama film. Even if my review doesn't sound very positive, I really did enjoy the movie. I'm just trying to give you my, you know, perspective on things that I didn't quite understand why they went in this direction, or things that I wish would have done in another way. So I ended up giving this movie 3 out of 5 stars, which is a pretty decent rating. And the reason is because the film was good executed, the acting was good, the colors were good, the scenes were beautifully shot. It had some nice moments, especially the last bit of the film. I really did enjoy it. It had really good things, but for me it was more, like I said, drama thriller than horror, and there were many missed opportunities in this film, and I still don't understand the big purpose of it, because the theme of renting a room or a house somewhere and being watched is not something that it's really new. So it felt like it took from a lot of different genres and a lot of different types of movies, and it ended up being kind of like a mix of it. So even though I enjoyed the end, it was also kind of, you know, the only horror part of the movie. And if you have access to the film, I still recommend you to give it a watch, because I do think that Dave Franco is somebody that has potential to be a good director. I think that there are, you know, some scenes, the way they're shot, things like that, that are very promising. Anyway, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this movie review Let me know down below if you have already watched the movie, if you even have access to it. I know that a lot of you guys are having trouble to find these movies somewhere to watch because a lot of the theaters, especially in the US, are still closed. So I hope that if you want to check it out, you are able to find it. If you already have seen this movie, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of it. If you know of movies that have kind of like this genre of people that are living in a house or a hotel or a rented house and they're being watched, let me know down below, because I absolutely do like movies that have that theme. So let me know down below so I can check them out if I have not watched them yet. And thank you so much, you guys, for all your support. I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye.